Stories.
Yes, this is the evening news here on ABC 13.
New video shows that controversial arrest in Galveston making headlines across the country.
Yeah, the video shows a handcuffed African-American man being led by officers on horseback with a rope. 43-year-old Donald Neely was arrested on Saturday and charged with criminal trespassing. Police say that Neely went into the Merrill Lynch building on 22nd and Mechanic and refused to leave. The police chief released a statement apologizing to Neely for unnecessary embarrassment, saying his officers showed poor judgment. But his family members, who tell us that he has a mental illness, also tell us that apology is not enough.
He didn't call my mom. He didn't call one of his relatives. No, we don't accept that. I'm not going to accept it for my brother.
What do you want?
I want justice to be served. I want those officers fired.
And tonight, the police chief is meeting with the community and is expected to address what happened. We'll bring you a full update on ABC13.com and on Eyewitness News at 10. Well, the second trial for David Temple ends with the same outcome as the first.
A jury found Temple guilty of killing his wife 20 years ago. ABC 13's Tom Abrams has more on today's verdict and reaction from the families.
David Temple found guilty for a second time in killing his wife, Belinda, in 1999. She was found shot to death in their home in Katy. In 2007, Temple was first convicted and sentenced to 99 years in prison. But just a few years ago, that conviction was overturned when an appeals court found there was evidence that the prosecution withheld from the defense. And so again, he went on trial this past month. And today, a jury of 8 men and 4 women found him guilty. Now he faces the sentencing phase, which will begin tomorrow in terms of the deliberations. The jury could find him guilty and only sentence him to probation, or they could give him up to life in prison. Reporting from the criminal courthouse in downtown Houston, Tom Abrams, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Well, Jack in the Box responds after a customer sends ABC 13 this photo of a worker who was preparing food while he was barefoot. This is a photo a customer snapped from the drive-through window Monday night at the store on Broadway Street. Now, you can see the worker not wearing any shoes. He says he called Jack in the Box's corporate office to issue a complaint. The company gave us this statement saying, quote, employees are required to wear slip-resistant closed-toed shoes to promote workplace safety. As this concern was brought to our attention, we are addressing this matter locally with the restaurant team in Pearland.
And now to the latest on the deadly shooting in El Paso. Today, survivors who were at that Walmart when the gunman opened fire on Saturday, they were able to finally gather all the belongings that they left behind.
Yes, and as we know, 22 people were killed, including 8 from Mexico. And tomorrow, President Trump is set to visit the site of the massacre. ABC 13's Charlie Edsity is in El Paso with the latest.
Good evening. Well, at this point, we don't have a lot of details about what the president plans to do when he comes here to El Paso, but we've been showing this memorial site to you for several days. It keeps getting bigger and bigger every single day. And we spoke with a congresswoman earlier this afternoon. She told us she was here last night and had multiple people coming up to her begging her to stop the visit. After speaking with several people out in the community about the president's visit, it was very clear a lot of El Pasoans don't want Trump to come.
They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
Someone even said the visit is insulting, accusing President Trump of saying hateful things about immigrants, particularly Mexicans. El Paso prides itself in being a city of immigrants, with many coming from across the Mexico border. There is a letter currently circulating directed to Trump, collecting signatures to stop his visit. Congresswoman Veronica Escobar said she visited the memorial yesterday and had people coming up to her in tears, begging her to stop the visit from happening.
This has been the epicenter of a lot of his hate-filled rhetoric and his hateful policies. El Paso, the El Paso sector is the sector where children were first separated. There's a laundry list of painful things that have occurred at the hands of the president.
And yesterday in a speech, the president denounced both white supremacy and racism, which are believed to be the motive behind this shooting. For a lot of people we spoke to out here, they said that simply was not enough to change their minds about the visit. In El Paso, Charlie Edsity, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Constable Mark Herman and Precinct 4 are adding more patrols to help keep your children and families safe this upcoming school year. The constable's office met with police chiefs of the independent school districts within that precinct. During the meeting, they talked about ways to keep students and staff safe during this next school year. One of their solutions, the constable's office will add almost 300 additional patrol deputies to help the school districts. All right, can we expect any relief from the heat this week?
Oh, we can only hope, right? Let's go to ABC 13 Chief Forecaster David Tillman for your evening update. David?
I tell you what, I think Mother Nature is going in the opposite direction from relief from the heat. We're going to get even more heat around here. The weather pattern right now shows this heat ridge out to the west of us. We're just outside of it, so we're getting these disturbances every now and then that have been giving us some scattered showers and keeping our high temperatures near where they should be this time of year. All of that is going to change as we head into Friday and Saturday of this week. That high pressure dome, that heat ridge, is going to be sitting right over us. That means sinking air. That means few clouds, not much rain, and a lot of heat. We think we'll make it a triple digit with this thing being right overhead. It'll move away a little bit as we get into Tuesday, and then by the time we get into next Thursday, it'll move far enough to the east to allow for maybe an isolated shower or storm to form as we get towards the latter parts of next week. For your Wednesday, high temperatures in the upper 90s out there. Feels like temperatures between 105 and 108. Triple digit heat makes it into our western counties. It'll start to slowly spread in our direction, and we're expecting temperatures to make it up to 100 degrees coming up Friday and Saturday, 99 coming up Thursday and Sunday. You get the idea. It is going to be quite hot coming up over the next 7 days.
A reminder for you about this total closure we have on 288 northbound at Beltway 8. This goes from 9 until 5 a.m. through Friday. An alternate for you would be Cullen. Also, we're going to hop on over here. Another reminder for you, the Washburn Tunnel closure. That will be from 10 p.m., so a little bit later until 4 a.m. Also just 1 hour earlier than that last one. This goes as also through Friday, an alternate 610 East Loop. And let's not forget, we have the Astros taking on the Rockies tonight. That started just a little while ago at 7:10. But if you're going to be downtown Houston in this area near Minute Maid Park, just expect those delays in the next couple of hours, or those slowdowns as all of our fans leave Minute Maid Park after watching the game. Of course, we're hoping for that win. And wherever you're going this evening, if you're be on the road, just drive safe.
Great advice, Bree. Thank you. And thank you for getting caught up with us on the evening news.
Yeah, be sure to join us tonight at 10 on ABC 13. Good night.